everyone, this is Christopher Terry, CEO of iMarkets Live, and I want to show you some tricks to the trade using the harmonic scanner. We have a ton of people using it. It's very exciting, very electric to the fact that people are making money. Along with all of our other products, I still want to revert back and look at some of our original things that we have that are still relevant, that people are making money, they're excited about. And I want to give you maybe an update, something, a couple of cool things. So, if you have the harmonic scanner installed, all right, we want to make sure that certain things are turned off. So, if your scanner looks like this with all these crazy lines, right click, Expert Advisor, hit Properties. Once you hit Properties, you scroll down. I'll get by this real quick. Show Levels. For now, just turn it off. Make that false. So if you have it on or off, it's fine. Just have it off. A couple of things. When you look at the scanner, if you want to change the colors, again, you could hit Property, Expert Advisor, Properties, and you could change the different colors in here as you choose to, whatever works for you. You can set up the emails and pop-ups, and all that information is on the back office on our website. The purpose of this video is to show you some tricks to the trade that I use using the Bollinger Bands and using an MACD, what I call, or what we call the 310 oscillator. Okay, so I'm going to get right to the nuts and bolts. So up here, View, up at the top, View, Navigator. I want to bring in, first is the MACD. So right here, and I'm going to highlight it right there, right there. Left mouse key, drag it over. Okay. Left mouse click, drag it over. So what we want to do, no matter what is in here, you make it 3, 10, and 16 and close. 3, 10, 16 and close under the parameters. So we want to make sure that 3, 10, 16 is set up under the parameters. Then you go to colors. I like to change mine to blue. Typically it starts with gray and red, and you're set up. Okay. Also, I like to make it a little thicker, like the second thickness. Okay, just like that. You can even make this a second thickness also. That's fine, right there, like that. Okay, you can do that. All right. I personally keep that right here like that. Okay, there you go. So that's how we set up the 310 oscillator. The 310 oscillator was originally brought to the table in the, I guess it's the late 80s by a gentleman by the name of Walter Breschert. Later popularized by my former partner and mentor, Linda Bradford Rashke. But if you want to search the internet, if you could find the book, great. You don't need it. But that's where it came from. I've been using this for, gosh, 20 years already. So let's 24 years. Anyway, let's look at the next thing. Bollinger Bands. All right. Top left, Bollinger Bands. Left mouse key and drag it over. Okay, left mouse key, drag it over. And this should say 20 and 2, but what you do is change it to 50 and 2, right? And also you want to make sure your thickness is the second thickness down. It works for me. You can make it thinner, it's up to you. Then we do it again. Okay, and you make 2.5. Okay. And do it again, and do 3, and do it again, 3.5, and do it again, 4. Okay, so now we're building our platform to trade from. So what I like to see is when the market hits, right, it gets away from the mean. This is the mean right here. So these are standard deviations away from the mean. Okay, so the mean is the moving average, and these are multiple standard deviations away from that. Now, what I like to see is when the entry area is hit, we are trading into these standard deviation bands. That means the market's expanding away from the mean. You see that? It's expanding away from it, and the further it expands, the more we can expect that to snap back, and eventually we expect the moving average and this to cross again. You've seen it here, you've seen it here, you've seen it here, you've seen it here. Okay, it happens. Okay, it's normal for it to do that. So it expands away from the mean and then it corrects back to it. Our job is to look at areas where the market has expanded or extended, where it's finding resistance and then correct back. In this case, we're using the harmonic patterns to line up all the different ratios. Okay, we're lining up all these different ratios together and coming up with an entry price and the risk model. So in here, we're getting extended away from the mean. I like this as a sell area. But you see right here, EUR, AUD, H1, good thing is always to look at the lower time frame, right? So let's look at the lower time frame. And if you have seen my other work in the past and understand it, what are we seeing? We're seeing that the market has given a drive, all right, these multiple drives up, and is getting extended itself on these multiple drives. Although it didn't hit this, we see that there's a divergence, which means there's loss of momentum, see, meaning that prices are going higher and higher as our MACD is going lower and lower. That means that there's a loss of momentum. In this case, because the fact we're pushing now into this resistance area, I wouldn't necessarily just short right here. I would not do that. I like always, as you guys know from all my videos, let the market break a little bit and give a reaction. If it doesn't do that, big deal. The other thing is, if you want to go ahead and trade it and give it a trade, that's fine. Just know that this is your risk. Okay? Everybody has their own way of doing things, and I'm trying to give you the best I could. So market can still come up. It hasn't told us it's turning yet. I like to see the turn. I like to see the reaction. I like to see it stop going up and then turn back down and eventually get back down here. Okay, let's take a look at other examples on, and here's another one. Okay, getting away from the mean, you see that prices are moving up, and now we're coming to the point where we're going to hit a resistance point in terms of the price entry area based on the harmonic ratios. And this is nice. The market is getting away from the mean up here and eventually has to correct itself. I like this. I like the fact that that's doing that. And that typically will drop down to a lower time frame and look to see if there's other entry areas. Always like to look at 2 time frames. Okay, here we go again, another good scenario. Okay, all right, so here, let's take a look. Here's a failed pattern. Okay, but let's just take a look at the scenario. All right, all these bars were up here when the entry happened down there. You see, it wasn't extended too far. So something like this could prevent you from jumping into a pattern and losing money. Okay, here's another one. Okay, you see how this was not stretched out. It was around the mean right there. Okay, it wasn't stretched out. It was just going sideways. Okay, these are patterns that it doesn't make sense to go near. Okay, right here, give you another scenario. Okay, as it hit the entry here, it was just barely even pushing into it. I like to see it push and extend itself into this area right here. We'll look at other scenarios, but you can see it just was gliding down, not giving any kind of stretch. It wasn't really getting away. Everything was just creeping down, and this is creeping down. Okay, all right, here market pushed up into it, ended up working, but it really wasn't so great. It wasn't so great. Okay, here market pushed into it. However, you still had more to go because you have a minimum and a maximum zone. But you see how right there, and I believe I did this one of our our daily swing trades, that you could look at putting partial on and the balance lower. Nothing wrong with that. I'm good with something like this where you have the shark pattern like that, a whole zone, Nothing wrong with putting a little piece here, here, and here to enter. Okay. Okay. This never really hit. Okay, it hit it here, pushed into it. All right, that ended up doing nothing, ended up failing. So it's a failed pattern. That's fine. Okay, here never really hit. I like to see these patterns hit up in these zones. It really wasn't far away from the mean. I wasn't really excited about that. Unfortunately, using this little filter that I'm putting in there, you're not going to get a lot of trades. It's obvious, right? You're not going to get a lot of trades. But the trades you get are really going to be a lot higher potential than not. Here, for example, you can see it pushed up into the zone at the entry area. I like that. Okay. Here, pushed up into the entry zone here. You see that? At the higher end of the mean, I mean the bands into the entry zone. Okay, here you had minimum and maximum zone. So at least you could have got partials here and you could have had more and more if it went up. But I like that. Okay. Okay. Here, you see how they stretched out, how prices have stretched out versus the Bollinger Band. You see that? Finally coming up here, it's all stretched out into the mean, into the Bollinger Bands. I like that. Eventually moves it way back to the mean, just like that. That's stuff I like to look for. Okay, same here. You guys getting the point? So you're stretching out away from the mean into the Bollinger Bands into the entry point. You see how you get a lot of these and how it reacts back down? I like that. Okay. Here, I wouldn't have done anything right there. I wouldn't have done anything. Here, it never gave you really a chance to do anything, but I'm not really excited about that. Okay. Okay, this never even hit until down here. All right, this hit and then failed, so I probably would have had a break even trade right there, or a small loss on this one. And also the fact like I said, I like to see when markets hit things. I like to see this. I like to see that. All right, and we definitely didn't get that. Okay, very very careful when you do harmonic patterns. You have to be very very careful. This right here, that was nice. Bounce, pullback. That's nice. Here, you see the way it's stretched out into the into the entry area. You see that how it stretches into it. So overall, we got one more. Okay, one more. Okay, didn't quite get into the zone, but you can see how it was stretching. Right here's another one. Okay, these are for the higher time frames. I don't want you to have 52 trades going on at one time either. All right. You see how that pushed up into the mean, away from the mean, up into the pattern. Take a look. Okay. Pushing down into it, right? A little bit. Could have went a little further, but you're getting the point. I like it when it's away from the mean, pushing into the entry area, pushing into these Bollinger Bands. Okay, that you always get that snap back. It's a good feeling. You can do this on smaller time frames also. We could definitely do this on the smaller time frames. Let me see if we have this on smaller time frames. I don't think I have it on that one. Let me see. No, I think I have it off. Actually, no, I have it on. Hold on a second. Let me just. Hold on a second. Let me just. Okay, right here. Okay, I got these other products working. Let me just get here. So on the scalping, the binary options one, a lot of times you see this. It's more evident, more active. So you got the EUR USD pushing up into that 15-minute zone. You see how that pushes away from the mean up into the Bollinger Bands. I like that. All right, pushing up into the Bollinger Bands, pushes up into the Bollinger Bands in the entry zone. Okay, you guys are getting the point. Keep pushing up into the Bollinger Bands. Okay, you see. So, and you're going to have failure patterns also. You're going to have them, they're going to fail. Patterns going to fail. But anyway, I thought to share some ideas with you. Push into Bollinger Bands, got a nice pop back up. And these are smaller time frame charts. I can see that. Okay, right here is the last one we're going to do. Don't focus on this because this is just some other coding we're doing. And you can see how they push into the Bollinger Bands and you get that retracement back. So something to look at, something to, if you like it, to use it. It's a good thing. Okay, let's take a look and see if we can apply this to the scanner. Okay, hold on a second. The web scanner. Okay, IML harmonic scanner. We're going to use a demo. Okay. I don't remember the password. I think that's it. Okay. On our web scanner, so you know, we have the RS sign. Let's just lower that, okay, for the web scanner. Let's take a look and insert indicator. Bollinger Bands. Okay, Bollinger Bands. Let's just work on this. Right click, format, 20. Let's just make that 50. And 2. We'll go to style. We'll get rid of the background. Okay. And we got the median line. Let's just say the median line right there. Okay. And let's do this. Let's do this format a little bit bigger. Okay, we're good right there. Let's do insert indicator again. Bollinger Bands. Okay. Unfortunately, this is how we have to do it. Blue. Plot background. Input 52.5. We'll save as default, okay? And we'll do this. Format. Save as default. Okay. So then we'll add another one. Jeez. Okay. Save as default one more time. Even the CEO messes up, okay? Insert indicator, Bollinger Bands. Okay. So here, we're going to change this one to 3. We'll change this one right here to 3.5. And we'll change this one up here to 4. Okay. All the colors are wacky, but basically you can do the same thing here. And let's see if we can change the charts. No problem. Yay. All right. So you can do it on your web scanner also, however you want to do it. It's just an idea of adding Bollinger Bands to your model, your trading game. Okay. I love the scanner. Okay. And it's a way for you to see when the market's stretched out into the zone and a way for you to help time the markets. Okay. Play with it. See if you like it. It's just an idea. It's something I use. I've been using for a long time. I have my own way to read it, but I feel if I share you something that you guys could probably do it better than I could. All right. My name is Christopher Terry. I hope this little video working on Bollinger Bands and the harmonic scanner adds some value to your trading. Have a great day.